For years I've had patients come to me whispering, almost embarrassed, asking if they're hurting themselves by masturbating too much. The truth? Most of what you've heard is either exaggerated or outright myth. What if I told you that frequent masturbation isn't automatically dangerous and that understanding your body could actually make you healthier? Have you ever wondered whether your habits are impacting your energy, mood, or even your hormones? I want you to take a moment and think about that, and maybe share in the comments below. What worries you most about this topic? Let's start with a simple fact. Masturbation is a normal, natural part of human sexuality. It's something nearly everyone does at different frequencies. Some people feel guilty about it, while others treat it like just another part of self-care. And here's the reassurance. In moderation, it rarely causes harm. Yet the word frequent worries a lot of people. What does frequent even mean? Well, it's not about numbers, it's about balance. If your habit is interfering with your work, social life, or mental focus, that's when we might need to pause and reassess. But if it's part of a healthy rhythm and you're feeling physically and emotionally well, there's usually no cause for alarm. I remember a patient who came in convinced he had ruined his testosterone levels. He was panicked, thinking every hour he spent alone was stealing his strength. After reviewing his lifestyle, sleep, nutrition, and stress levels, we realized that his hormonal health was perfectly normal. Stress and sleep deprivation, not masturbation, were the real culprits. Part of understanding your health is listening to your body. Notice how you feel after masturbation, physically, emotionally, mentally. Some people report feeling relaxed, even happy, while others might feel drained or guilty. These reactions are valid, and they tell you a lot about your personal balance. Here's a practical tip. If you notice that your energy dips or your focus is off after frequent masturbation, try spacing sessions apart or pairing it with physical activity. Even a short walk or a few minutes of exercise can reset your body and help maintain healthy hormone levels. Another important point is the connection between masturbation and mental health. Research shows that moderate masturbation can reduce stress, release tension, and even help with better sleep. But if you're using it compulsively to avoid emotions or responsibilities, that's where it can become a problem. Awareness is key. Now let's bust a big myth. Frequent masturbation does not make you weak or infertile. This is one of the oldest misconceptions in medical history, and it still scares people unnecessarily. In reality, your body is designed to handle sexual activity. The occasional pause, however, can enhance pleasure and intimacy when you're with a partner, but it's not a health requirement. I want to share a small personal story. I once advised a patient to track his habits for a month, noting how he felt physically and emotionally each day. The results surprised him. His mood was actually better on days when he masturbated responsibly, and he felt no drop in energy or performance. Sometimes, self-awareness is more powerful than any strict rule. Let's also touch on sexual health and hygiene. Frequent masturbation becomes risky only if it leads to irritation, infection, or neglect of your personal hygiene. Simple habits like washing hands and taking care of sensitive areas prevent complications and make the experience healthier overall. Here's a question for you. When did you last feel guilt-free about your sexuality? Many adults struggle silently with this, and it's okay. Recognizing it is the first step to feeling empowered, not ashamed. Your body is natural, and your sexual expression is part of your overall well-being. Part 2 really digs into hormone levels. Testosterone gets a lot of attention in these discussions. Some studies show temporary fluctuations after ejaculation, but long-term levels remain largely unchanged. Your lifestyle, sleep, nutrition, exercise, stress management plays a far bigger role than masturbation frequency ever will. Energy levels are another concern. It's common to feel a temporary dip after ejaculation, but that's just your body recalibrating. You'll rebound quickly if you're sleeping well, eating properly, and staying active. There's no secret energy drain, lurking in masturbation itself. What about relationships and intimacy? Excessive solo activity can sometimes interfere with partner intimacy if it becomes a habit of avoidance. Awareness and moderation help maintain both physical and emotional connection with your partner. It's not about abstaining, it's about balance and intentionality. Here's a tip I give my patients: create healthy sexual routines, mixing self pleasure with social, emotional, and physical activities. Journaling, exercise, and mindful breathing can complement your sexual health, keeping it a positive and energizing experience rather than a source of guilt. I also encourage open conversations, whether with a partner, a trusted friend, or a healthcare professional. Talking about sexual habits without shame reduces anxiety and normalizes the experience. Remember, secrecy often amplifies fear, while understanding brings freedom. Another pattern I notice in my practice: people often worry about performance or masculinity linked to masturbation frequency. Let me be clear: confidence, emotional health, and self respect matter far more than how often you masturbate. Your self worth is not tied to sexual frequency. Part 3 focuses on practical strategies to ensure masturbation remains a positive, healthy habit. First, set boundaries for yourself if you feel it's becoming compulsive. Second, integrate other stress relief techniques into your routine, like meditation, journaling, or sports. Third, monitor your emotional state. If guilt, anxiety, or low energy show up consistently, it's time to reassess habits. I've found that combining self-awareness with structured daily habits creates balance. For example, regular exercise, proper sleep, hydration, and nutrition amplify your energy and mood, making sexual activity feel like a natural complement, not a drain. And here's a reassuring truth: masturbation, even frequent, is largely safe when approached with awareness. It's part of human sexuality, and when done thoughtfully, it contributes to stress relief, self understanding, and even better sleep. Your body is resilient. Trust it. Finally, let's focus on your mindset. Replace shame with curiosity. Ask yourself, how does this habit serve me? How does it affect my energy, my relationships, my focus? Approaching it with reflection rather than fear transforms it into a tool for health rather than a source of guilt. I want to leave you with this challenge. For the next week, observe your habits without judgment. Notice how your body responds, how your mood shifts, and how your energy flows. Write it down, reflect, and be honest with yourself. This small step can demystify masturbation and give you confidence in your health decisions. Remember, your sexual health is just one piece of your overall well-being. Frequent masturbation is normal, safe for most people, and rarely the cause of long-term harm. What matters most is balance, self-awareness, and a supportive approach to your body and mind. So take a deep breath, embrace your natural rhythms, and trust that being informed is far more empowering than being afraid. You're not alone, your concerns are valid, and you have the power to navigate your sexual health with confidence and clarity. For years I've had patients come to me whispering, almost embarrassed, asking if they're hurting themselves by masturbating too much. The truth? Most of what you've heard is either exaggerated or outright myth. What if I told you that frequent masturbation isn't automatically dangerous, and understanding your body could actually make you stronger, more energized, and healthier? Pause for a second. Have you ever wondered if your habits are secretly affecting your energy, mood, or even your hormones? Be honest with yourself and share in the comments below what worries you most about this. Let's talk about it openly. Here's the first thing I want you to know. Masturbation is normal. It's natural. Almost everyone does it at different frequencies. Some feel guilty, others treat it like self-care, and both experiences are valid. And here's the reassurance: in moderation, it rarely causes harm. Now, the word frequent makes a lot of people panic. But what does frequent really mean? It's not a fixed number. It's about balance. If your habit interferes with your work, your social life, or your mental focus, that's when we pay attention. But if it's part of a healthy rhythm and you feel good physically and emotionally, you're usually fine. Let me share a quick story. A patient once came to me convinced he'd ruined his testosterone. He was panicked, thinking every hour he spent alone was stealing his strength. After a thorough review of his sleep, nutrition, and stress, we found his hormone levels were perfectly normal. Sometimes the real culprits are stress and lack of sleep, not masturbation. Here's an exercise I give to patients. Notice how you feel after masturbation. Do you feel relaxed, energized, drained? Your body gives clues, and tuning in helps you understand your personal balance. If you find that energy dips after frequent sessions, try spacing them out or pairing them with physical activity. Even a 10-minute walk can reset your system. It's not magic. It's simply giving your body a chance to recalibrate. Mental health is just as important. Moderate masturbation can reduce stress, release tension, and even improve sleep. But if it becomes a coping mechanism to avoid responsibilities or uncomfortable emotions, that's where it becomes a problem. Awareness is your best tool. Here's a myth buster. Frequent masturbation does not make you weak or infertile. It's one of the oldest myths in sexual health, still causing unnecessary fear. Your body is built for sexual activity, and occasional pauses are about personal choice, not health necessity. I once suggested a patient track his habits for a month, noting mood and energy daily. The results? His mood actually improved on days he masturbated responsibly. Self-awareness, more than restriction, is what keeps this habit healthy. Let's talk hygiene. Simple, overlooked things can make a big difference. Washing hands, keeping sensitive areas clean, and using proper techniques prevent irritation and infections. This ensures masturbation remains a safe, positive experience. Quick question. When did you last feel guilt-free about your sexuality? Many adults struggle silently, but recognizing this is the first step toward empowerment. Your body is natural, and your sexual expression is part of your overall well-being. Now, let's dive into hormones. Yes, the testosterone question. Some studies show small, temporary fluctuations after ejaculation, but long-term levels are mostly unchanged. Your lifestyle, sleep, diet, exercise, stress matters far more than masturbation frequency. Energy dips are common too, but temporary. Your body simply needs a brief recalibration. Sleep well, eat well, move your body, and you'll recover quickly. There's no secret energy drain lurking in masturbation itself. Relationships, excessive solo activity can interfere with intimacy if it becomes a habit of avoidance. Awareness and moderation preserve both physical and emotional connection. It's not about abstaining, it's about being intentional. Here's a tip. Mix self-pleasure with other stress relief practices: exercise, journaling, meditation. These keep your sexual health positive and prevent it from becoming a source of guilt or distraction. I encourage open conversations. Talk with your partner, a friend, or a professional. Silence amplifies fear, but dialogue reduces it. Your sexual health doesn't have to be taboo. Many people worry about masculinity or performance linked to masturbation frequency. Let me be clear, confidence, emotional health, and self-respect matter far more than how often you masturbate. Self-worth is never measured by frequency. Part 3 focuses on keeping masturbation healthy and empowering. Set boundaries if it feels compulsive. Pair it with exercise, mindfulness, and journaling. Monitor emotions. If guilt or anxiety keeps coming back, reassess. Combine self-awareness with structured habits, sleep, exercise, hydration, nutrition. These amplify energy and mood, turning masturbation into a complementary, positive habit. And here's a reassurance: frequent masturbation is generally safe when approached with awareness. It can relieve stress, improve sleep, and help you understand your body. Your body is resilient. Trust it. Replace shame with curiosity. Ask, how does this serve me? How does it affect my energy, my relationships, my focus? Reflection transforms masturbation from guilt-inducing to empowering. Here's a challenge. For the next week, observe your habits without judgment. Track how your body feels, how your mood shifts, how your energy flows. This small experiment gives you clarity, confidence, and control over your sexual health. Remember, your sexual health is just one part of overall well-being. Frequent masturbation is normal, safe for most people, and rarely harmful long-term. What matters is balance, awareness, and a supportive approach to your body and mind. Take a deep breath, embrace your natural rhythms. Trust that being informed is far more powerful than being afraid. You're not alone. Your concerns are valid. And you have the power to navigate your sexual health with confidence and clarity.